position. And for New York, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Rose is out there with Barrett. And it's Harkless in at the 3. Hayward outside. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Opening night, Brent, always exciting. Technically, every team is undefeated with a lot of hope.
You're just fired up. I mean,
I am fired
the
up.
NBA never stops, Kevin. We know this, right?
Isn't it great, though? I'm so glad it doesn't stop.
The offseason is just absolutely ridiculously exciting.
So fun.
So much movement and hope for franchises that, have struggled for a long time. And here we go. Hope springs eternal. It's opening night.
Monk kicks to Graham. Pass to Hayward. Shot clock at 3.
You got it. Come on.
And the 3 off target.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
As good as you can do without getting a block there to defend.
Here's Rose. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And you love to see Rose aggressively looking to score on the inside.
Now the pass to Washington. Inside. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Just can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Barrett dishes to Rose. Passes it to Randall. Misses in close.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Now, here's Monk. Tight defense on him. Hayward outside. And it's off from three-point range. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I talked with Coach David Fizdale. One challenge he mentioned was dealing with Gordon Hayward, saying he's rebuilt his confidence, able to take over a game offensively. We've got to ensure that he doesn't. Kevin, I think all of us are just happy to see Gordon back on the floor and playing at a high level again.
All right, David, thanks.
One shot.
And that one misses.
Well, the Knicks had a lot of turnover trading for expiring contracts. They did what they could to accommodate the wishes of a lot of vets.
Yeah, the problem right now for the Knicks is they're not inviting to a lot of free agents, and that's really where they're trying to make their play. So fascinating over the course of the past decade that New York has not been able to attract the top-tier talent. So building through the draft, Coach Fizdale hopeful that they'll land a star one way or another.
A floater. Graham with the bucket.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Now, here's Barrett. He's covered closely. And that one, good.
And you like the toughness there. Barrett being more comfortable having to deal with an aggressive defense.
Hayward against Rose. Excellent D that time from Robinson.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Good.
I love seeing Barrett cash in there. He knows he has what it takes to finish through contact.
Pass to Zeller. Robinson with the block. Outside Rose. Here's the lob to the hoop, and it's Robinson with the jam.
And that was the play to make. Rose making the right read.
Graham, the pass to Zeller. Here's Monk. Back to Zeller. Pass to Hayward. And he makes good on the layup.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Here's Barrett. He's coming off a 16-point game against Atlanta.
It felt like in that game, too, he was a man on a mission defensively. Finishing up with 4 steals is an impressive feat. And you can tell, takes pride in that part of the game.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Graham, the pass to Monk. Lets it go from 11. Zeller. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Knicks have gone 7 of 9 from the field. A really nice start offensively for them. It's stolen by Monk. He kicks it to Graham. Zeller against Robinson.
Switch.
Graham surveying the floor. Shot clock at 6. Monk for 3. Randall with some nice D. And it's Rose with the ball for the Knicks. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
Graham with the ball. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against the Heat in Miami.
And he didn't take any plays off at the defensive end. I mean, he wound up with 4 steals on the night.
And here is Zeller. He's coming off a 10-point game against Miami.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin. You got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there. Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Here's Rose. Lays it up and banks it in. Rose has got 8 points.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And the pass to Monk from deep. He can't get that one. And New York the other way now. Here's Barrett. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And he's flourishing as a scorer. But, Brent, how does Julius Randle take that next step?
Well, I think, Kevin, if he keeps improving on his consistency shooting from that 10-foot to 16-foot range where guys are daring him to shoot and not wanting to deal with him driving into them. You know, last year he went up 6 percentage points from 35% to 41% in that 10 to 16-foot range. You keep seeing that kind of improvement, the growth in his game is going to come.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Down low, and the dunk by Zeller.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Yeah, made for TV game here. Pace is great, scoring is coming in bunches, and both of the teams feeling confident right now.
And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. And New York making a change here. Portis is checked in. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Terry Rozier's checked in for Monk. And it's the Knicks with the ball. There's the triple. Zeller grabs the board. Hayward right side. Can't hit the step back jump shot. The Knicks with the lead. Over in the corner, Rose. Rose double teamed and stolen by Hayward. And here comes Hayward leading the fast break. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. side, Robinson. Pass to Harkless. Just 5 on the clock. Fires it up. That one wide left.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Outside Rose. Always going up for the alley-oop here, and it's Robinson with the jam.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Hayward from the arc. Kept alive by Charlotte. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. The Hornets shooting their first free throw of the night.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
You know, Brett, we know guys love really jawing at each other. What was your criteria for issuing a double technical for trash talk?
Yeah, in today's game, it's kind of like it could be a whisper or a wink, you know, the way that they look at it.
Both sides, doesn't it?
And they just try to curtail anything that could escalate, Kevin. That's really what the referees are doing. As soon as they see some kind of body movement or see guys starting that way, they want to cut it off before anything else happens. So the criteria is a little bit confusing. Sometimes I like to see them getting after it a little bit.
Zeller inside, guarded by Robinson. Here's Graham. And that one hits back iron. Knicks on offense. Harkless finds Rose. Rozier with the steal. The shot by Hayward, wide open. Charlotte with the new shot clock. Zeller scored the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Teardrop shot. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
He is getting it done on the offensive end. 5 buckets through 7 shots.
Here's Rozier. The putback. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the paint. It's intercepted. Graham with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. Graham, the pass to Washington. To the middle. Here's Barrett. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Rozier looking around. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with, Greg, I think a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
That's good from Rozier. Peyton, he's checked in for New York. The Hornets also changing it up. Biombo, he's checked in for Zeller. And it's Miles Bridges in for Washington. And he makes the first but misses the second. And the former Razorback, Bobby Portis, took a few years to find his spot in the NBA, but now he does produce.
And great big men to bring in off the bench. Good size and quickness combination, and will always give you scoring with that second unit.
The Knicks shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there, and I think it really does elevate his teammates.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Gordon Hayward. Both free throws good from Rose.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Pass to Biombo. We've got 33 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Rozier. Some solid defense from Robinson.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Bridges. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
From deep, and that one released in time, but no good. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. New York ahead. They lead by a bucket. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Bobby Portis, who's known for his work ethic, said he learned a lot from his mother.
She gets up at 3, 4 in the morning and gets off at 1, 2 in the evening. You know, she works hard for her 4 boys. You know, she bears herself off daily. You know, I always try to pride myself in hard work also because how hard she worked for me.
And she was a basketball player in her own right. Greg, a scholarship at Jackson State University.
Yeah, and gave up basketball when she had Bobby, but she encouraged him to pursue his dream, and she said now she's living her dream through him.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Knicks?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
Trier out there with Elfrid Payton. Then there's Bobby Portis. Then there's Mo Harkless. And it's Noel in at the center position. They're the group New York will start the second with. Payton the bounce pass. Now here's Harkless. Defended by Bridges. There's the pass to Portis. Bridges with the steal. On the wing, Batum. Defended by Harkless. Batum, good. Here's Payton. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Passes it to Noel. Here's Trier. It's blocked.
It's not with extreme athleticism that Willie gets to that shot, but the anticipation and the timing, those help.
Takes the 13-footer. A shot by Batum, no good. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season, but for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. But Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges is also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Here's Trier, defended by Batum. Trier passes to Payton. 6 on the shot clock. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Batum passes to Rozier. Batum scanning the floor. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's his first foul. Here's Hernan Gomez. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Biyombo's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hornets.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, Kevin, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Pass to Trier. 5 to shoot. Can they get it? And again, it's the Knicks missing.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Here's Batum. He can't get it to go. The Knicks have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter. 0 for 5. Pass to Harkless. A 3 ball. Not going to go that time. And the Hornets now going the other way.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Biyombo trying to break free. They get the rebound. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. He's guarded closely. Kicks to Batum. Misses the 3. Knicks trail by 6.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm, is very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and it's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Now Bridges on the wing. Batum. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. No good from Hernan Gomez. And New York hope that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
Yeah, I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
Rozier against Payton. Rozier the pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Friday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Miami Heat. And then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. That free throw missing. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought 2 ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense. Yes. Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard. It's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Hornets have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight. The free throw drops for Biyombo. Monks checked in for Nicholas Batum. And Biombo drops them both. And so Payton will bring it up for the New York Knicks. They trail by 7. Here's Noel. There's Trier with the 3. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Monk with the ball. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard him. Kid just plays with an edge.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Free throw shooting, not an area he has worried about at all. How about last year, 88% from the line?
Free throw drops for Monk. And it's checked in for Maurice Harkless. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Knicks trail by 6. Payton dishes to Barrett. Back to Payton. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Payton's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Rozier against Payton. Rozier the pass to Bridges.
And let's quickly take a look at the stats for Payton. A very nice season for him last year. He averaged about 10 points a game last year, 7 assists and 5 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
And New York making a change here. Randall's checked in. Both free throws good from Bridges.
And didn't shoot it all that well from the line in the first quarter. Doing a much better job now in the second, up over 80%.
To the inside. Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Randall.
Well, you risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Payton against Rozier. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Heat. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, some good things happening right now with Elfrid Payton being aggressive to find his way towards the rim. I like it when he attacks like this.
The Knicks have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first.
Well, we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
Rose, he's checked in for the Knicks. He hits the second from the line. Charlotte leading by 5. The pass to Biyombo. Here's Rozier, covered by Payton. Rozier kicks to Hernangomez. Clock at 6. Monk for 3. It's rebounded by New York. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
They're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Rose in the post. He's got 12. No good with the layup. Now, here's Bridges. D right on him. Scored the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing.
Passes to Randall. A baseline J. Bridges with the board.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Monk's shot's good.
And Monk's just got a good feel for kind of how to exploit the defense, especially about how quickly he gets his shot off after getting the pass.
Rose attacking. That's no good. He is 5 of 11 shooting from the field for the game. And here is Rozier. Last game out, he had 40 points. Now, here's Biyombo. Pass to Hernangomez. Bridges kicks to Rozier. Lets it go with a 3. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And here we can check out the story on Julius Randle. He's coming off an excellent season. 19th in scoring, and he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league. Never shy about throwing his weight around in the paint.
Yeah, and like you said, one of the better scorers in the NBA last season, a tireless worker on the offensive end. He could be even better this season.
Kick it out, kick it out.
Here's Monk. That one off the back iron and out.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Here's Barrett. And the Knicks miss again. Hornets leading by 12. Pass to Rozier. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
And it goes down 2 points. 14 points for Rose.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Rozier against Payton. And the shot is good. Rozier's got the lead up to 14 now for the Hornets.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Barrett with the ball. Bridges covering. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Miles Bridges.
And have to admire how hard Barrett goes. This kind of assertiveness is what makes defenders feel uneasy.
It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
And the second free throw, good.
And what you like about Barrett is his all-around game, a versatile guard / forward who wants to keep improving.
Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. The rebound by Gibson. And so Payton will bring it up for New York. The kick out to Rose. The pass to Barrett. 52 seconds left now here in the second. The shot off that time. And the Hornets now going the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And Hayward with the block. Back to Rozier. And the Hornets miss again.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Barrett, no good.
Shot didn't fall, but that play worked well to get a good look at the basket.
Yeah, an efficient offensive possession. They found the look that they wanted, just didn't go in.
Payton left side, lets it go from deep. That shot off. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. Some good moments from both teams, but as the first period wrapped up, they trailed by 2. The second quarter was where they really opened things up. They were by far the stronger team, both defensively and when they had the ball. Their 13-point halftime lead, no accident. Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. You got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And Kenny, your take on New York?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You gotta like what Rose has done in this one so far.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Hornets, Washington and Zeller are in the middle. And there's Monk, and it's Hayward, and it's Graham in at the 1.
Terrific effort from him really all night. Yet despite his supreme marksmanship, they're still operating at a deficit.
Passes it to Zeller. It's not going to go for him. Knicks trail by 11. Goes up on the high post. They grab their own miss. And the basket by Rose. Rose has got 16.
You don't want to ever give up points on the boards. That's the lesson for the team there. That's a hustle play to save points.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, we all know that circumstances and time changes everything. In Dallas, Dennis Smith Jr. thought he was going to be the cornerstone. But with the arrival of Luka Doncic, everything changed. The promising point guard was traded to the Knicks, and Smith said it was important. It's a big opportunity, and I've just got to make the most of it. Well, Kevin, we know one thing. In New York, the ball is back in Smith's hands.
And D.A., that's when he is at his best. Thank you. The first free throw is good. That one misses. About 1 minute played here in the second half. Now, here's Monk. He's defended by Randall. Monk dishes to Zeller. Back to Monk. Goes up from the top of the key. Charlotte gets it back. Washington. And he uses the glass on the layup. Washington's got his second basket.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
Rose surveying the D. He kicks to Harkless. Now, here's Barrett. Not a lot of room. Shoots over Graham. New York, no good that time either.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Hayward passes to Washington. Monk for 3. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. To the wing on the left. Barrett kicks to Rose. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
And the defense tried to slow him down, but Derrick Rose just a handful when he gets around the rim.
Here's Graham. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Rose.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Hornets have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Pass to Harkless. Back to Rose. Hornets with the rebound. Hayward's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Washington. Kicks it to Graham. The pass to Monk. 6 to shoot. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Robinson with the block. Now, here's Barrett. Defended by Hayward. Barrett, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got 10 points in the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another, Greg.
Hornets leading by 10. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Passes it to Monk. Over Barrett. The shot's good from Monk. He's got 7.
And I think it's going to be crucial that Monk continues to work on his playmaking ability. When he's dribbling the ball like that, he is tough to stop.
And it's Rose missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Graham, the pass to Monk. Pass to Graham. Shot clock at 5. Shoots it. And Charlotte again with the bucket.
How about that shot? Not exactly something drawn up by the coaching staff.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. And Robinson throws it down.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Here's Hayward. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Outside Rose. Pass to Barrett. Takes a 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Monk dishes to Graham. It's rebounded by New York.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
For New York, they have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9. And that one misses.
The team just cannot get into a groove from the free throw line. It's a common problem for them.
And the Knicks making a change here. Trier's checked in. That's off as well, so he misses both.
7th pick in the 2014 NBA draft. The interesting thing about Randall is he falls into that category as a tweener, maybe not a 3-man or a 4-man, but over the course of his career, he's decided to improve his outside shooting, become a threat driving to the basket, and now finding a home offensively in the NBA. You wonder how much further he can go if he could expand to the three-point line. Julius Randle's going to be in this league for a long time.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, Randle can hold his own down on the inside with that physical frame, Kevin.
And this is his 2nd trip to the line in the game.
Looking back to last season, he was at about 73%.
That free throw good from Randall. Bobby Portis is checked in for New York. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Bridges checks in. Both free throws good from Randall. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Portis. And there's the pass to Zeller. There's the dish to Monk. Up and in on the layup. Monk's got 9 points.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Passes it to Randall.
I see him.
Over Hayward.
Yeah.
Randall no good.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Here's Rose. Hayward grabs the board. And so it's Hayward with it. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Now Monk. He's got 9. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Bobby Portis.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Nerlens Noel checks in for Randall. And he makes both free throws.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Rose passes to Portis. Back to Rose. Charity stripe shot. The Hornets pull it in. Hayward's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Now here's Rose. Defense. Back to Trier. Can they get it? No good there. And Charlotte will come the other way. Here's Bridges. He's got 10. Pass to Zeller. Here's Graham. Defended by Harkless. Bridges with it. Out to Hayward. This one for 3. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Rozier, he's checked in for the Hornets.
A moment now to see the numbers for Rozier, how he did last season. averaged about 9 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
Rose passes to Trier. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Zeller dishes to Hayward. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. You know, Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Hayward hits them both.
And what you love about Hayward, the all-around ability. Scores, facilitates rebounds, and does so with consistency.
Shoots from 14. Zeller grabs the board. Charlotte leading by 18. Poked away. Graham, the pass to Rozier. It's good. Rozier's got 9 points.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Feeds it to Rose. Lays it up off the glass.
And Rose playing a big role offensively. He's got to be a focal point of your defensive scouting report. No doubt he can hurt you.
1:37 left in the third quarter. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul called.
1:36 left here in the third quarter. Pass to Portis. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
I don't know if you push the panic button now, but that's the 4th personal, and he needs to stay aggressive out there. So going to be interesting to see how he plays moving forward.
Alfred Payton, he's checked in for Alonzo Trier. Here's Noel. He kicks it to Harkless. Shot clock at 6. From 13. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Hornets leading by 18. Here's Hayward. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Putting defenders in tough spots is a trait of Hayward's game. I mean, he gets his man on the back foot and forces him to either foul or give up the easy one.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Hayward hits them both.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Rose against Rozier. Payton outside. With the floater, Noel. And Noel throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Count it. Good. 18 points for Gordon Hayward.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Rose against Hayward. Right side, Rose.
Come get it, come get it.
And stolen by Hayward. And here is Graham. He's got 10 to the paint. And Zeller kicks to Hayward. From deep three-point range, and so it's Charlotte controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. They have been excellent at both ends of the floor. The scoreboard showing what a complete performance this has been. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Charlotte leading by 20. Payton is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's Noel. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Barrett at the small forward position. That's the 5 for New York right now. Count that one. And that's 20 points for Gordon Hayward.
And I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
Outside Rose. Knocked loose. Portis, the pass to Noel. Biombo with the block. Here's Graham. He's covered by Rose. Here's Hayward. It's rebounded by Barrett. Barrett's got 6 rebounds now in the game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass and slam dunk by Noel.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Graham with the bucket.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Now here's Noel. Payton left side. Back to Noel. Clock at 6. Outside Rose. Doesn't go for him. Hornets leading by 22. And the pass to Graham. Hayward looking over the floor. It's stolen by Barrett. Kicks it to Payton. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Noel finds Rose. Elbow shot. Offensive rebound. Portis. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Well, he's too good a finisher to blow that kind of chance, but that's going to be a wake-up call to the defense.
Payton against Rozier. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Hayward outside. 6 on the shot clock. Hayward is doubled. And Biombo has it in the corner over Rose. And it's off the back rim. No good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Payton and Hayward with the block. Now Rozier. With the teardrop and the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate, and does so there.
When people talk about a player's mileage limit, do you think total games is the most accurate assessment in that?
I don't think so, Kevin.
What is it?
It's the amount of minutes that the players play.
Yeah.
I mean, there are plenty of studies out there that teams are digging around on that when players reach. And trust me, they got to be lucky, but you're talking 35,000, 40,000 minutes in the league. That the body is just not capable at that point of replicating the things that it's done year in and year out. So forget about the games. Go to total minutes played. That's where you'll find the biggest fall off for some of your favorite players that have amused and entertained you for years.
Interesting. Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Nerlens Noel, and Randall subbed in for Peyton. And Biyombo drops them both. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. The Knicks have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Barrett. Barrett's got his third assist on the night. Passes to Biyombo. Dishes to Hayward. That shot is off. Some solid defense from Robinson. And Barrett gets it to go.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Graham kicks to Biyombo. Here's Hayward, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Charlotte making a switch here. Monk's checked in. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's Hayward. Excellent D that time from Robinson.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
It's stolen by Monk. Pass to Biyombo. And it's in there. Biyombo's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Rose attacking. It's blocked.
We grab that beat.
Here's Graham. He's defended by Randall. High arcing shot, and it's good on the layup. Graham's got 10 points here in the second half.
Are we sure that's the same player, guys? He looks completely different. What confidence he's playing with, and look how engaged he is on both ends.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And bird right's an important element in structuring the salary cap. Can you tell the viewers exactly what that means?
What it means, Kevin, is you have the ability to go into the above the tax to sign your own player, and so it doesn't cost you in terms of tax dollars. So if player finishes his season, you have bird rights on that player. You can negotiate a number that's not going to impact your bottom line and cut into your salary cap. So very important when teams are maneuvering around and trying to get players on their roster for a season or two, that after that second season or third season over, that the bird rights still remain for them to extend him even further to keep him around the culture.
And they get it back. Here's Monk. 5 on the clock, and another 3 for Charlotte.
Trying more and more to utilize the three-pointer. It's a good idea. That's his second 3 of the game, 1 in each half.
Pass to Fortis. Outside Robinson. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Graham. He's covered by Rose. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, easy call.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
Randall left side. Here's Robinson. The Hornets pull it in. Biombo's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Graham. He's covered by Rose. Three-pointer, Hayward, and the rebound goes to the Knicks.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's...
Wow. The Hornets have gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. From 12 feet out, Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Harkless the bounce pass. Rose with the ball. Now guarded by Monk. Now here's Rose. He's tightly guarded. Shot clock at 6. Over Hayward. Rose can't hit. Charlotte's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Graham. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Rose attacking. Here's Randall. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. Here's Graham. He's covered by Rose. Graham with the ball. He feeds it to Biombo. Robinson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Robinson. Reggie Bullock comes in for Maurice Harkless. Dotson's checked in for Barrett. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Derrick Rose. Bacon the pass to McDaniels. Just 4 to shoot. From deep. Hornets keep it alive.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And again, the Hornets missing. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Knicks. And Randall throws it down.
Well, got the momentum. Randall's a terror when he gets those steps underneath him right to the rack.
Platoon passes to Martin. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner, to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right. All about communication.
That communication, and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Schedule, yes.
They start that play with aggressive defense, finish with aggressive offense.
Well, a lot of times coaches will tell you that if you play great defense, you're going to get a reward. It was a good possession all the way around.
Ntilikina passes to Gibson. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Over Gibson. Hernan Gomez, no good. The Knicks shooting about 45% from the floor in the fourth.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Charlotte.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Gordon Hayward.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates, and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Good on the second free throw.
A second-round pick who relies on instincts and a little bit of size, Hernan Gomez, actually a pretty good free throw shooter.
Here's Ntilikina. He sinks the 11-footer.
Well, at this point, they're just trying to get back in sync. You want to play a good brand of basketball.
Consistency definitely is a key to some of the playoff performing teams, and tonight they just did not find it in this contest.
Batum passes to McDaniels. Count it.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Pass to Dotson. Here's Ntilikina. There's 21 seconds left in the game. He dishes it to Gibson over Hernan Gomez. And again, it's New York.
Nice shooting for him from the big man. Taj Gibson has a firm grasp on the mid-range game in the NBA.
And here's Batum. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Gordon, nice win for you guys tonight. What was the difference?
Energy. I think we play with a lot of energy, passion, especially defensively. You know, when we're all doing our job and we're playing and we're focused and we're solid defensively, we're not really having lapses, we can be a pretty good team. You know, that we don't have to walk the ball up the court, and it's not as difficult on our offense. So it all starts defensively, and I think it all starts with energy down there.
You've become one of the best young defensive teams in the league, Gordon. Thanks very much. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge,